point here is, how do you do that? The point here, how do you do it? It's very simple. So that's what you need to do. You just first recognize that, right? If you're having a lot of problem with that, then you have recognized, and then you sit with it. You look at the house. So you're a subject, there's an object, house. You're just trying to be aware of the house as it is. From that place of stillness, place of silence, place of spaciousness, just simply look at the house. So your relation to that image house, you're changing by being still, silent, spacious. You're discovering some quality in that house. You're discovering the essence of the house. You're discovering the spaciousness in that house. You're discovering the freedom in that house. You will discover that if you're able to sit with that stillness and silence with the image of the house. If you do that. Now, so that's called phenomenal essence. Now, the essence of mind, what it means is the same thing. It's probably more important in some way, more than the house, that who you think you are. In the end, of course, our body is kind of supports. It helps the way you identify yourself. But in the end, the identity itself is just simply a state of mind. I. It's not a body. It's a state of mind. And how do you know that? How you know that? How do you can connect with that? Is, I said, just there. If you're trying to be a little bit conscious and be aware of in your life, whenever you would say something like, "Oh, it really hurts me." Oh, I really feel hurt. I really feel hurt. It really bothers me. You see, this is not intellectual. This is genuine. I like when I feel like that. It's opportunity for me to understand something about myself. Not when somebody's asking a question about some philosophical question and I'm coming up with this fancy answers or something like that. That's not. It's not important. When I silently, in a particular situation in my life, I silently just manifest that sense of, it really hurts me. I said, who is that I? Who is that I? Who is that I? That will be very important in the spiritual journey. That will be very important to know who that I is, in order that I to be free, and in order that I to grow, in order that I to liberate. If you don't know that I, how are you going to be free? How are you going to liberate that I? But you need to got to know about it. But how are you going to know? Does asking question helps? No. It's a start. So when you say, who is that? You have to, some sense, here you have to be with that sense of I, that very moment when you say, it really hurts me. That it's like you found some connection to that pain body in you. You have found some connection to that pain body in you, that moment, and that pain body is alive in you that moment. And that moment is the opportunity for you to be aware and see it. Now, question is how you see it. If you see one way, you're going to reinforce it. If you see another way, you're going to dissolve it. If you can conceptualize it, that's how you reinforce it. That's what most of the time we do. It really hurt me, and then I immediately looking, who hurt me? I'm interested not in me, I'm interested in who hurt me. I'm interested in that guy. If that guy didn't do that, I will be fine. If that person did not do that, I will be fine. If that person didn't say that, I will be fine. So I will find so many good reasons out there, a group of people, I'll find it. And the truth is, sometimes many of these experiences has nothing to do with anybody. It's just There's a stuff, personal stuff that needed to come out every now and then, need some good excuses. It just need good. I mean, sometimes if you genuinely pay attention to yourself, you feel that. I clearly, when I draw some attention to myself, you get up in the morning and you feel like, I've been feeling so good whole month. It's a time to feel bad today. And then I get up with whatever reason for that particular day, whoever scheduled that way, I don't know. But I can see I'm looking for something, and I'm ready. And probably I will look closer in the house if I find something easier, not to drive somewhere else. If everybody's behaving perfect, right? Or nobody's there at home, then I have to drive somewhere. I have to make few phone calls. I have to make few email. I have to Google something. I don't know. Read a newspaper or see a news report or something like that. Then I can at least get. One of the best place to get, throw all the aggressiveness is to the politicians, because they will never come to your home to argue with you. Yeah, So just basically you're ready to do that, and when you're aware of that, you can see there's simply a kind of wind or energy. Something is arising in you. If you recognize that wind as just simply a wind, you just let it go as the wind. Like breathing. One single breath of power, one single breath of awareness, I can let that go with that breath. I don't have to make a mess out of that. The breath is enough. Or maybe 10 breaths. Right? But breath alone, it's enough. Because there's no stories that are attached to it yet. When the stories are created, after I went out drive, I talked with a few people, I got into a few arguments, I have a good story. Now then you do 10 breathing, 100 breathing, it's a little difficult because somebody else is involved. But before everybody's involved, breathing is enough. That's called, how many of these ancient practices, how they use the breath as a very great way of healing. So anyway, the point is the question about this essence of mind. So we're talking about the openness. So openness, one openness in the essence of phenomena, another openness in openness of mind. So mind in the sense of your self-identity. Whenever I say it really hurts me, so that moment I really needed to be open to it. That's all I needed to do. So I'm trying to be very open to myself that moment when it is fully in touch with its pain body. When it's fully in touch with that painful self, or when it's in touch with that. So I'm feeling it. So I need to be fully open to it. Again, what does that mean? Okay. These are important things to remember. What that means to be open to that pain body. That means you feel it. 3 things. Be still. Physically, so I'm being very still. But I'm breathing, trying to take deep breathings. Silence in my head. I'm not labeling it. I'm not trying to manipulate it. I'm not trying to analyze it. I'm not even trying to guide it, because my smart ego will say, oh, it really hurts you. Oh, it's good to be hurt. Oh, it's terrible to be hurt this time. This is not the right time to be hurt. I'm not saying that these called smart egos, right?